everybody. We are live from ETSU. This is the Governor's Hall. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick study because I have a big exam in like literally like 15 minutes. So we're gonna go over all the stuff that I needed to know. Okay, we're gonna start with atrophy. So atrophy is like a decrease of cells. So we have hypertrophy, and hypertrophy is like an increase of cells. So hypertrophy is an increase of cells. So if you work out a lot, your muscles are gonna get big, right? So an increase of size of cells, not the number of cells, just in the size. Okay, and then we have hyperplasia. So hyperplasia is where multiple cells are increased. The number of cells are increased. So now that the size is getting bigger, but the number of cells is increasing. Dysplasia. So that's that's like deranged cell growth. That's not where it's supposed to be, and it's like all messed up and not in the right shape. So if a cell's supposed to be a circle, maybe this cell is like a square or something random. And then we have metaplasia. So that's like where one of your cells replaces another cell in simple terms. So like if you smoke a lot, then your lungs are going to get destroyed. That's metaplasia. Okay, so hypoxia is like the loss of oxygen. Coagulative necrosis is where you lose blood and your tissues die. Caseous necrosis is like your tissues turn into cheese because they die. Fat necrosis is, well, I can't remember what fat necrosis is. That's a problem. We're gonna skip that one. Liquefaction, your brain turns to like mush. It basically turns into like a mushy mush. And I can't really remember much about that, which that's also an issue. We got different types of gangrene. We have so gangrene is like a death of your tissue because you didn't have enough blood flow. So basically hypoxia in a tissue. And then we're gonna next to this electrical box for a second. Okay, so we have wet gangrene and dry gangrene, which is like, okay, so dry gangrene has less bacteria in it, so your skin is gonna appear dark and bruised, sort of. Wet gangrene is gonna have more bacteria in it. It's gonna be more bubbly. And then gas gangrene is like uber bad. You don't want that. That's like super bubbly, a combination of bacteria, but also loss of blood flow. Apoptosis is like the natural programmed suicide of cells. Necrosis is the not natural death of cells. So like, AKA, you lose blood flow and then your like hand falls off. That would be like necrosis because it's not supposed to happen. Okay, we have two different kinds of tumors. We have malignant and we have benign. So benign, they're slow growing, they're well differentiated. They don't metastasize and they're not invasive usually unless they're like pressing on, something in your body. We have malignant, which they grow really fast. They're not differentiated, which that's called anaplasia. I need to remember that, anaplasia. I'll just remember that all Annas are evil. I'm sorry if you're an Anna, but that's how I'm gonna remember it. Anaplasia, Annas are bad. Okay, Annas are not bad, but in this case, they're going to be. Okay, it metastasizes, so it moves around, and it's super invasive, and you don't want it. Okay, that was module 1. In a nutshell, but it's really not module 1, but like what I wanted to talk about. Okay, we gotta get through this. So we have, okay, so stress is harmful to the body because the body's fragile and it messes up the homeostasis. Duh. Okay, so stress can aid in the development or the acceleration of a disease. So basically, if you get stressed, it's gonna like make you sicker or you're gonna become more sick. Okay, and then we have the localized version of, okay, wait, first off, general adaptation syndrome. That's like your basic, get scared, fight or flight, cortisol and catecholamines are released. Basically, your body's mobilizing its resources, so that's your cortisol and catecholamine. Okay, then the second phase of the general adaptation syndrome is resistance, so that's your body coping. So your body picks an advantageous defense against whatever alarmed you. And then the third phase is exhaustion, so your body gives up, it overwhelms the body, and death or disease results. So that's a depleted reserves of your body. Okay, we have 5 components of the immune system, which include skin, mucous membranes, phagocytes. What are phagocytes? They eat things. We're gonna go with that. Inflammatory response and your microbiome, that's important. Don't use hand sanitizer, or maybe do. Okay, so your inflammatory response, it's non-specific. I can't remember why I wrote that, but I did. There's an acute phase, so it's like immediate after you get a scratch, you know, swells up, right? Or you get punched, it swells up. And there's a chronic after your acute fails to, you know, do the right thing. So swelling has erythema, I probably can't, I'm not saying that right, but it means it's red. And edema, which is swelling, duh. So, there's vasoconstriction, right? Because you get a cut, vasoconstriction, no blood, and then you have vasodilation to bring more blood and more fighters to the site and to dilute toxins. A granuloma, which is an army of macrophages, comes and they create new tissue, but they also eat up bacteria. Hold on, I gotta see what time it is. Oh my gosh, I have like 10 minutes. Okay. Actually, like, our 10 minutes of the test starts. I need to be in there in like 5 minutes. Okay, so pyrogens, they cause inflammatory response. Pyrogens, they go to your hypothalamus, cause, you know, pyrexia, fever. Interferon, they're small proteins. They bind to your cells and they inhibit, you know, viral replication. Basically, interferons are a dying cell's last wish to save other cells. So there's no hope for the cells that they came from, the interferons came from, but they will save other cells. Okay, your complement system. This is what I don't understand really. It involves blood plasma. I know that. And it somehow happens in your immune and inflammatory system response. Oh, it makes holes in the antigens. And so water enters the cell and then it explodes because, you know, yeah, the cell can't handle all that water. And it also promotes phagocytosis, which is the eating of antigens. Okay, first line defenses are skin, tears, mucous membranes. We have local inflammation, which triggers interleukins, and white blood cells. There's redness, pain. Okay, we have systematic fibroblasts. They're high. I forget what a fibroblast does. That's a problem. Okay, adaptive immune system. It's your body's own individual immune system. It includes B cells and T cells. Okay, we have cellular immunity mediated by T cells, and it does not involve antibodies. We have the humoral immunity, which includes B cells, and it's antibody mediated, which is kind of what B cells do. Duh. And B cells can be memory or they can be antibody producing, and that's why we have memory to certain viruses like the chickenpox. It takes 12 hours to kick in. 72 hours to kick in. Oh my gosh. And if you already have the B cell memory for it, it like is faster. So, okay, we have natural active immunity, which is like you get the virus. Okay, we have artificial active, get the vaccine. Natural passive, you are birthed from your mom's area, and you get her juices on you, and it gives you natural immunity, a natural passive immunity, because it's her antibodies, but it's not forever. It's just short-lived. Also, if you continue to breastfeed, you also receive those natural antibodies as well. Okay, we have artificial passive. That is like a gamma globulin injection, which I don't know what that is, but I know that. Thank you. I have a test coming up. Okay, we have immunoglobulins. Oh my gosh. Okay, those come from B cells, I'm pretty sure. We have IgG, which is your main defense. It can cross placentas and kill babies. We have IgE, it can also protect babies. IgE, which is your allergic response, so, you know, anaphylactic shock, that's IgE. Blood infections, that's IgM. It also triggers more IgM to be present. Okay, this is the boring stuff. Okay, we have different types of hypersensitivities, type 1, 2, 3, and 4. Type 1, 2, and 3 are slow. Type 1 mediated by IgE. Type 2 is mediated by IgG. Type 3 is mediated by IgG mostly. And type 4 is mediated by T cells, and that's like a TB test, for example. Moving faster. Ow, that hurts. It's like 30 degrees out here. My hands are like so cold. What time is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, what time is it? Please. Okay, it's 7:51. Okay, we have autoimmunity. That basically means your body doesn't know itself anymore. Okay, this is what I don't understand. I know, Sarah. I know. I'm trying. Okay, I have like. Just keep texting the chat so I know what time it is, because I have to like turn the phone up and check. Okay, so also I'm really impressed you're up this early. Okay, autoimmunity. Body does not recognize itself as self. Okay, lupus, SLE. It is a autoimmune disorder, and it affects any connective tissue, and Or what else about it? It can be in different organs. It also affects women more, and it's basically like an inflammation of skin of your different organs because of certain reasons. You can have fever, weight loss, malar rash, discord rash, photosensitivity due to the sun because of environmental factors plus genetic factors because your body can't clean up cells. Okay, and then we have opportunistic infection, which is like caused by pathogens that usually don't affect healthy people. Okay, HIV. A virus that targets CD4 plus protein in T helper cells and causes immunodeficiency. If you have less than 200 T cells, then you have AIDS, which is, you don't want that. So HIV can be transmitted through sexual intercourse. It can be transmitted through blood, rectal fluid, and breast milk. Basically, it gets into the virus and it travels into a lymphocyte, and then it travels to the lymph nodes, and then you have this like spike of lymphocytes. Okay, so its role with the CD8 plus cell is HIV virus enters the T cell and then it uses reverse transcriptase to inject its RNA into the T cell, and then basically when the immune system is activated, the T cell replicates. By this is how CD8 plus. Okay, the T cell helper replicates, and so basically replicates new HIV. But the cool thing is that it often makes mistakes in how it replicates, and so you have all these different strands which affect different tissues and organs in your body, and that's why it's so deadly. And so good luck if you have that. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, that was module 2, guys. Making progress here. Okay, this one's the meaty one. Okay, so we have different types of leukocytes. There's 5 of them. There's not really 5 because each of them have subcategories. Yay, we love subcategories, right, guys? Okay, so we have basophils, neutrophils, eosinophils, and monocytes. Monocytes clean stuff up. Eosinophils are like allergic reaction. They don't eat stuff, by the way. Monocytes do eat stuff, and they do clean stuff up. Neutrophils, they eat stuff up. It's called phagocytosis, by the way. And then basophils, they respond to allergens. They also produce heparin, histamine and heparin. Histamine is like allergic reaction. I can't remember what histamine does. I don't know if it eats stuff up. I guess not. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, those are your myeloid, cells. Okay, and then we have lymphoid cells, which is lymphocytes, which include T cell, B cell. B cells can be, and the natural killer cells, which I forget what those are, but I know they kill stuff, so that's all that matters, right? Okay, so, yeah, they respond to specific antigens. Okay, we have hemoglobin. That is a protein that carries oxygen on your erythrocyte. Erythrocyte is a fancy word for your red blood cell. We have your hematocrit, which is the percentage of red blood cells in your blood, because your blood is not all red blood cells. Clotting, which is massive coagulated liquid, everyone knows that, duh. So it's hemostasis, so vasoconstriction and vasodilation depending on what process you are in. We have coagulation. There is clotting factors which like just make it, oh my gosh, like 5 minutes, okay. Intrinsic factor, okay. Erythropoiesis, I know that. Okay, this is important. Okay, so we have infectious mononucleosis. So how I'm gonna remember this is mono is you should only kiss one person, which that's not true. I mean, maybe it is true, whatever you believe in. But in my brain, I'm saying you should only kiss one person, because if you kiss more than one person, you are gonna contract the kissing disease, which is mono, which means one, nucleosis, which is caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. And it is kill stuff by B cells killing stuff. And you can get it through kissing, like I said. We have non-Hodgkin, or Hodgkin, which includes the Reed-Steenberg, and we have non-Hodgkin, which doesn't. Also, if you have non-Hodgkin, good luck, because you're probably gonna die. Okay, we have acute, we have all your leukemias. Wait, not lymphomas. Oh, that was your lymphomas. Okay, we have leukemias, we have ALL, which is the most common, I guess. It's more common in children. We have acute myeloid, which is, your basophils, or sorry, neutrophils. It is neutrophils. Basically, you have white blood cells, but they don't work right. Multiple melanoma. This is one I kind of remember. It's pink. Okay. What time is it? Okay. There you have too many B cells. They destroy your bones. You have hypercalcemia, and also you have Benz-Jones protein in your urine. Benz-Jones. That's the insurance company for. There's so many insurance companies. Multiple melanoma. There's so many insurance companies, and the insurance company you want is Benz-Jones protein. I mean, you don't really want it, but that's how I'm gonna remember it. Okay, anemia is iron deficient. I already know that one. Pernicious. I can't ever say this word. Cyanobacterium. So it's B12 deficiency. Lack of intrinsic factors, so you can't absorb B12. So lack of red blood cells. Aplastic. You don't produce any blood cells. So pancytopenia. It's idiopathic or autoimmune. We have your hematolic, so destruction of red blood cells, hemolysis, sickle cell, which is abnormal. It's alpha hemoglobin, alpha globin. Thalassemia is common in Mediterranean, Asian, and black people. It's beta. Polycythemia, you produce too much, it's neoplastic. We have disseminated. Okay, you're very sick, you're gonna die. Oh my gosh, what time is it? Okay, it's 3 minutes, crap. Okay, I gotta go, but good luck to me. And also ITP, which is immune thrombocytopenia, means you can't produce platelets. And then thrombonic, TTP, so thrombonic means you produce too many because you do not have the von Willebrand factor, which is this little thing that stops your fibroblasts from like making sticky stuff, and so you have extra clots everywhere, and you don't want that. So Willie from Laura Ingalls Wilder, well actually that's a terrible analogy, but we're not going to go there. So basically you don't have the von Willebrand factor, and if you don't have that factor, you're going to clot everywhere. Okay, bye. Good luck to me. Thanks for tuning in.